This is the Diocese of Oxford.
Enormous, isn't it?
We stretch from the Cotswolds to Slough, from rural West Berkshire to Newport Pagnell.
That's a whopping 815 churches, serving 2.2 million people.
Together we're trying to live out our historic mission, to serve the community and share the good news of Jesus Christ.
And last Sunday, more than 50,000 people worshipped in those churches, and numbers are rising. That's something to celebrate.
Our purpose is to create a caring, sustainable and growing presence in every part of the diocese. That's a pretty big ask and costs some serious money, about £24 million. That's in addition to all the money raised, spent or given away in parishes.
So where does that money come from? Government? National Church?
The responsibility for funding parish ministry rests with us as a diocese. It comes from people like you and me giving money week by week in what we call the Parish Share.
3/4 of our budget comes from the share. It's the share that enables us to put a vicar in every benefice. It pays their stipend, pension, national insurance, housing and training. It even pays for training for the next vicar. In fact, around 10% of the future clergy of the Church of England come from the Oxford Diocese.
Not all clergy are paid, of course, but it still costs money to provide training, support, and in many cases, in what we call house for duty posts, somewhere to live.
Other uses include expert advisors for our children's work, youth work, safeguarding, social justice, communications, and our 278 church schools. We also help parishes save money by help with energy efficiency advice and access to grant funding. Some other uses include essential administrative, financial, legal and trust work, and supporting the national church.
In fact, Oxford is second only to London Diocese in our giving to the church as a whole.
So your giving supports not just churches in poorer parts of our patch, but churches in poorer parts of England too.
We do everything we possibly can to manage our costs so that nothing is wasted.
This year, for example, we've completely removed £50,000 of support costs, and we're committed to removing a further £50,000 in 2014.
As a large diocese, we benefit from economies of scale.
Recent benchmarking of our bishops, archdeacons and support services shows that Oxford has some of the leanest staffing ratios in the C of E, in terms of the number of clergy, parishes and population we serve.
But what we want more than anything else is for our local churches to thrive and to fulfil that purpose, to join with God in creating a growing, sustainable and caring Christian presence in every part of the diocese.
We recently took a good look at the share scheme to make sure it was fit for purpose.
A group from across our 3 counties worked hard to come up with a fair and transparent formula for what each deanery is expected to pay.
It's based on 3 elements: ministry costs, church attendance, wealth, and takes into account the social and economic makeup of our communities.
That means there's extra help for rural and deprived urban areas. You can find out more on our website.
The 29 deaneries have all been working on their own mission action plan. All future deployment of clergy will be based on these plans.
But the bottom line is the church family is nothing without Christian generosity. It's all about mutual support and mutual accountability.
As we say week by week in the Eucharist, though we are many, we are one body, because we all share in the one bread.
Every person in every congregation seeing themselves as part of something bigger and giving generously and sacrificially.
I'm hugely grateful for that big-heartedness, lived out week by week faithfully across our patch. It's this that makes it possible to live out our calling as Christians, to join with God in creating a growing, caring and sustainable Christian presence in every part of the Diocese of Oxford.